By saving the enemy's child, he won the alien mother's claim on him. The plasma fire scorched the ground around Jake Miller as he ran through the burning colony settlement. His breathing was heavy and sweat dripped down his face. The Zephyrian attack had come without warning, and now most of the human outpost was destroyed. Jake ducked behind a fallen transport vehicle as purple energy blasts flew overhead. The alien warriors moved through the smoke like deadly shadows, their tall, blue-skinned forms barely visible in the chaos. He could hear their strange clicking language as they searched for survivors. A small cry caught his attention. Jake turned his head and saw something that made his heart stop. A tiny Zephyrian child, no more than 3 years old, was trapped under debris from a collapsed building. The little one had pale blue skin like her people, but her large golden eyes were filled with tears and terror. The smart thing would be to keep running. The Zephyrians had killed hundreds of humans in this attack. They were the enemy. But looking at the scared child, Jake could not make himself leave. He sprinted across the open ground, dodging energy blasts. The child saw him coming, and her eyes went wide with fear. She tried to crawl away, but the heavy metal beam had her leg pinned. Jake knelt beside her and spoke softly, even though she could not understand his words. The child stopped struggling and stared at him. Her small hand reached out and touched his face as if she had never seen a human before. The beam was too heavy to lift alone. Jake looked around desperately. The sound of Zephyrian voices was getting closer. He grabbed a piece of twisted metal and used it as a lever. Working quickly, he managed to lift the beam just enough for the child to pull her leg free. She was hurt but alive. Jake picked her up, and she did not fight him. Instead, she wrapped her small arms around his neck. Her skin felt warm and smooth like silk. Where could he take her? The human evacuation ships were already gone, and the Zephyrian forces would kill him on sight if they found him with their child. Jake made a decision that would change everything. He carried the child toward the Zephyrian landing zone. 3 tall alien warriors spotted him before he got close. Their weapons powered up with an electric hum. Jake raised his hands, showing he was not armed. The child in his arms began speaking rapidly in her own language, pointing at Jake and then at herself. The warriors looked confused. One of them stepped forward, and Jake could see this one was different. The warrior had longer silver hair and wore more decorative armor. When she removed her helmet, Jake saw a face that was both alien and beautiful. Her golden eyes were exactly like the child's. The female warrior spoke in broken English, her voice musical but stern. "Why do you have my daughter?" Human Jake felt his throat go dry. This was the child's mother, and probably a high-ranking officer. "I found her trapped. She was hurt. I could not leave her." The mother warrior looked at him with suspicion, then examined her daughter carefully. The child chattered excitedly in Zephyrian, pointing at Jake several times. The mother's expression slowly changed from anger to something Jake could not identify. "You saved Kira," the mother said. Her name was apparently Luna, based on what the child kept saying. "You could have escaped, but you chose to help her." Jake nodded. "I could not watch a child suffer. It does not matter what species she is." Luna stared at him for a long moment. The other warriors were clearly waiting for her command to execute the human. Jake prepared himself for death, but Luna raised her hand to stop them. "By the ancient laws of our people," she said slowly, "you have created a life debt. Your actions have bound you to our family. You belong to us now." Human Jake did not understand what that meant, but he was alive. The other warriors seemed shocked by Luna's declaration. They argued with her in rapid Zephyrian, but she silenced them with a sharp command. Luna took her daughter from Jake's arms, but her golden eyes never left his face. "You will come with us," she said. It was not a request. The next few hours passed like a strange dream. Jake found himself aboard a Zephyrian warship surrounded by aliens who had been trying to kill him that morning. Luna had given him a translator device so he could understand their language better. Kira had not left his side since they boarded the ship. She held his hand and chattered constantly, telling everyone who would listen about the brave human who saved her. The other Zephyrians looked at Jake with a mixture of curiosity and distrust. Luna found him in the ship's observation deck, looking out at the stars. She moved with fluid grace, her tall form both intimidating and elegant. Her armor had been replaced with flowing robes that showed her alien beauty. "You do not understand what you have done," she said, standing beside him. Jake turned to face her. "Please, explain it to me. Among my people, saving a child creates sacred bonds." Luna's voice was soft but serious. "You are now part of my family unit. You have claim rights." "What does that mean exactly?" Jake asked. "It means..." Luna paused as if choosing her words. "Carefully, it means you belong with us. You are under my protection and I am responsible for you. It also means that if you choose, you may claim me as your mate." Jake felt the blood drain from his face. That was not what he expected. Luna watched his reaction with those piercing golden eyes. "You do not have to decide now," she continued. "But the bond exists whether you accept it or not. My daughter has already claimed you as family. In her eyes, you are her second parent." Over the following days, Jake learned about Zephyrian culture and found himself growing attached to both Luna and little Kira. The child followed him everywhere, and Luna began teaching him their language and customs. The other crew members gradually warmed up to him, especially after Jake helped repair critical ship systems using human engineering techniques. His knowledge proved valuable, and Luna made sure everyone knew it. Late one night, Luna came to his quarters. She looked different, somehow more vulnerable than the fierce warrior he first met. "I must ask you something," she said. "Do you wish to return to your people when we reach the next human settlement?" Jake considered the question. He had nothing left on the destroyed colony, no family waiting for him elsewhere. But here he had found something unexpected. "I want to stay," he said quietly. "With you." And Kira Luna's face showed relief, and something deeper. "You accept the bond. Then you claim us as your family." "Yes." Jake reached out and took her hand. Her skin was warm and soft. "I accept." Luna moved closer to him, her golden eyes reflecting the starlight from the viewport. "Then I claim you as well. Jake Miller, you are mine now, and I am yours." Their lips met in a kiss that sealed the ancient bond Jake had never imagined. His life would take this path from enemy to family, from human to something more. The war between their species continued, but they had found peace in each other. Little Kira burst into the room at that moment, chattering excitedly in Zephyrian. Luna laughed and translated. "She says she knew you would stay. She says you belong with us." Jake picked up the child and hugged her tight. Looking at Luna, he realized he had found his real home among the stars with his new alien family. The bond that began with saving a child had grown into something beautiful and eternal. The future was uncertain, but they would face it together.